Hey guys, it's Barry here. Welcome back though to another Sunday vlog. Yeah, a few things happened though this week, but I could actually do a Sunday vlog though for you though this week. First of all, I'm going to show off the purchase I had. Now there was one I forgot to show though last week, but yeah, I did mention it quickly, but I will mention it and show I've actually got it. Kick-Ass on 4K and Blu-ray. Yeah, it's a nice film and that, and it's one of those films that I picked up for like half price, and I think it's the better of the two films. I really do like this one. I think it's really, really good. I did not like the second one, so I won't be picking up the second one. If I do find the second one, I'm probably most likely going to sell it or something like that. But I do enjoy the very first movie in that, so that's actually pretty cool. And then, I've mainly got like PS5 games, and the first one I actually got was Arcade Spirits, the new challenges. I think it's a visual novel game, and that I haven't had a chance to play it, but I know it's a visual novel game, and yeah, it looks very, very promising in that. And I do like a visual novel game every now and then. I picked this up for just underneath a tenner. I do want to check it out at some point as well. Now, the next three I've got here, I got it from the Grand Bazaar and their collector's edition, special editions. And I've actually had a chance to play half an hour of each of these games, and I will play a bit more of at least a couple of them. The first one is A Space for the Unbound. I had this digitally, but when I heard there was a physical that contained a soundtrack and a few other goodies, I thought, why not? And so I picked this up, and it's actually a nice story-based game. It does deal with some tough themes, so yeah, I think that's the reason why it's got a 16 in it. And I think it's got a drug reference in there as well. So I reckon there's going to be some very, very tough themes, and it deals with mental health and anxieties and that. So it's going to be one of those tough ones. So yeah, it's more of a story game in that as well. So there you go. The next one is Chloe and the Five Pirates of Myra. Yeah, I wasn't super keen on this one. It is like one of those 3D platformers and that, but I'm gonna give it another go though at some point and see how I go with it. I do like my 3D platformers, so yeah, I'm gonna give this another go in that. And it does contain a soundtrack and all that, another collector's edition. And then the next one, I had this a bit of a go. It's the Chronicles of Two Heroes, Amaterasu's Raft, and it's a platformer Metroidvania. Kind of reminds me of Shovel Knight in a way of the look of the game and that, and also Cyber Shadow, I think it is. Yeah, and it looks pretty cool. And you could switch between these two heroes, like someone who could be better at doing fighting and mega jumps, and then another one could be better at gliding through things very, very easily. And it's actually a really, really nice title. I need to beat the first boss. I think I'm up to the first boss on that one. And then finally, on Friday I got Astrid City on Blu-ray. Now I wanted to get this though for over a year, and it looks kind of like very, very interesting. So I'm kind of intrigued to try and watch this at some point. It has an all-star cast, and it's a Wes Anderson one. I love Wes Anderson's animated films and that, so I want to get this a full go though at some point as well. So yeah, there is another purchase, but I will talk about that though with what I'm actually been up to. Now, first of all, I will say, I did say in last Sunday's vlog that I actually went to see Paddington in Peru, and I actually did do that. I went to see it on a Sunday night, and yeah, I went to my local cinema. It was around about 8 o'clock and that, and it felt so strange just going down there just to watch the film, and just to go to another town just to watch a film, and that's basically it. And it's like Sunday night. In the end, though, really got in there and I watched it, and I thought it was actually a pretty good film. And it was actually one of the better films I've seen this year. It's the weakest in the Paddington trilogy, but I will admit, I still think it's better than a lot of the films that are doing their first entry or an original idea that I've seen, though, this year. It's the same thing I felt, though, with Deadpool and Wolverine when I watched it. I mean, I've watched that movie twice, and Deadpool and Wolverine, I think it's still a great film, but not as good as the first two Deadpool movies. So that's kind of intriguing as well. So see how we go from there. Also, as well, it was a fun time though, really. I just brought on a couple of cans and I just sat in there. It's the cinema I go into in my local cinema. It's like a 1930s sort of thing, or probably even before that, probably during World War One or something like that, kind of intriguing. Actually, I think it's like 100 years older if I now remember now. Silly me. But yeah, I think it celebrated its 100th anniversary. I think it was early this year or last year. I really can't remember, but yeah, it proves that independent stuff still keeps on going in that. And then the only other things that actually happened as well, on Tuesday I went with a family meal to this local restaurant. I think it's called the Swallows Arms, which is round by a roundabout near me. And it was actually a nice little restaurant. It was very, very charming and fun and that. And it was actually quite nice just to get out for a couple of hours. And then on Wednesday, the only other big outing I did has been I went to Portsmouth. Now, I've been to Portsmouth though last year to a shopping centre bit in August of 2023. But to have a look around proper Portsmouth, I ain't done that since September of 2019. So I ain't been to around all around Portsmouth since before COVID, which, yeah, I didn't have any reason though to go there. But then when I realized I had some time off and I thought, you know what, I ain't been there though for a few years, I thought I'll give Portsmouth another try. And I found out a couple of shops that I knew, even a big Sainsbury's that used to be in the just outside of town had shut down. I was like, wow, and that. And a few things are in there and that. I could have picked up a Doctor Who bumper box thing, but I remember thinking to myself, you know what? I used to do that back in the 2010s, and I stopped doing it because I felt like I was getting too many little soft goodies or something like that. But maybe if they're still there, though, another time, though, maybe in a month's time, and once I get some cash together from some work shares, which won't be for a while, maybe I might pick up one of those, but we'll have to wait and see what actually happens on that. While I was also down there, I also picked up Haribo Coca-Cola bottles. They've now got a Haribo shop in Gundorf Keys, which amazed me. So I thought I'd pick this up. It was around about £4 in the end. Silly me. Silly me. Silly me. I picked this up for around about £4, I think it was. Let me just have a look at the receipt. Oh, closer to £5 actually. And I really enjoyed it. It took me like a few days to get through these, so I finished them off though yesterday. But I bought a show off the box though, just to show you what else I've been up to in that as well. So yeah, and I had to look around Portsmouth. I had some mixture of opinions. But yeah, it still had its heart and soul. Like, it even lost a couple of pubs I used to go into, where I last went in them in 2019, and now they're gone and that, so forth, so forth. And then finally, I've also mainly been focusing on the Red Dwarf. Now, I watched a few documentaries online about the Red Dwarf series, and then I thought, you know what, I'll give these another watch and that. And it's one of those shows which I will do a video of, I think maybe in a couple of days' time, maybe on Tuesday or something like that. That is the perfect niche mainstream show, which in other words, it achieved that mainstream success, but it never fully sold out like a lot of mainstream shows that I've actually seen, like that have actually done that. So it would be kind of interesting to see how we go from there, see how it goes from there. Excuse me. And yeah, I'm up to series 10. I'm watching the big bonus documentary, which I will watch that though a little bit later, and then go into series 11 and 12 throughout today and maybe tomorrow, and then that's the week done on it, and then I can give my thoughts on about the Red Dwarf and that, and say why I think this is an excellent show, falls into that market. I'm not so sure if there's going to be a Sunday vlog though next week, because I'm not going to be getting up to much. The only thing I'll probably be getting up to is probably going to go to Chichester, or, you know, that's probably going to be the only thing I'll actually be doing, and maybe doing some other stuff. But if something really interesting happens, then I'll probably will do, or maybe pick up a purchase. I mean, I probably might pick up a purchase or something, and then save them for a future vlog though in the near future. So we'll see how we go from there. Thanks very much though for watching, guys. Hope you can take care of yourselves. I'll speak to you soon. Peace.